DreamMax here to reverse that situation as sooner as they can.
Yeah, it looked like they got a little overconfident there in their abilities. They were doing so well at the start, right? So, like you said, maybe that little bit of time in their new roles and stuff may have been a factor, and they're, you know, really good individually, but maybe they'll get it together this time around and pull it together. We're not really being gonna put that as, like, you know, a major set in stone to saying they're not doing great, because yeah, they were doing an amazing job, but at the end that they just had miscommunication. So they're gonna go ahead and ban out the Kimmy here and Freya, of course.
Yeah, and I just feel like that last engagement too, it just took such coordination and synergy to be able to have Aurora come in on the Fredrin, and then Irwin come in with the Raging Sandstorm to get the stun, and basically they put King into a coma. He wasn't able to get that retribution off. That was just, it was so picturesque. I don't even want to fault DreamMax for that, because it's like, there's not much you're going to be able to do unless you guys do the exact same thing to them, which is it's a hard thing to answer, and it's such a great maneuver and skill for a team that it puts a team like up here at the level of being able to have the synergy and execution for something like that, which is a level we just have not seen from Black Sentence lately in this Swiss tournament, or in the Swiss rounds. Here in the playoffs, it feels like the gloves are off. These guys are ready to play. They're tired of any of the issues that they had. I feel like they were able to kind of hunker some of those down. We're gonna see though. This is going to be game 2. Do we still have that same coordinated team here that's going to be able to turn this around for them?
Yeah, that's an interesting like point of view to say about that, because both teams here are like being honestly, like playing honestly with like putting the cards on the table. They are like this thing that happened with the DreamMax here, like trying to making a backdoor, for example, that can happen to any other team, that can happen to anyone here. So here's we can say like almost a natural situation for like any team here. So now we're seeing both teams doing an amazing job even in the first game here, but now it's a time for the second game. So we're seeing here the banning phase. Kimi, Zushin, and Glue coming up from Black Sentence, and now DreamMax guaranteeing banning for Boxia, Tsuyu, and Freya. And the first pick here comes for Harley for Black Sentence.
Harley, I love Harley. He's a jungle pick for me. He's like, you know, he's my favorite, of course, for jungle picks because he's my only jungle. But he's been doing an amazing job here in the tournaments, and him being the first pick here is could be a leg up for the Black Sentence side. But it also depends on what else the team chooses, because there are a lot of counters to Harley or ways that can stop him.
I mean, you've got the Cho, you've got Kalea as well, that can be able to kind of grab him up as these fights kind of progress. There are some answers to the Harley out there. I do like this tanky front line immediately coming out from a DreamMax as well. I think it's funny that Zushin, like the first game, we were playing hot potato with her. Nobody wanted to pick her up, and here we're right back to banning her. Like, kind of like
global bans. So that's why.
Yeah. It's, pardon?
I said those global bans. That's why they were playing hot potato because they had more choices in the start. But now they're like, all right, we gotta make sure she's out of the picture because it's now slimming down. So.
Yeah, that could be one very interesting point of view here. But now we're seeing Black Sentence picking Harriet, which was banned in the first game, but now he's heading for the Land of Dawn and Hylos. Okay, yeah, they guarantee actually now, but it comes out with a DreamMax here time for the third pick. That could be very interesting, especially because we know that Harley, he is not a He's not a team fight hero, you know, like he is able to coming up and like trying to guarantee the objective, for example, or guaranteeing a kill, burst damage with in someone, and the teleportation back. And also he's not able to do in the front line. He's not able to guarantee like more time in the team fight. So he is like coming in and coming out, you know, like burst damage and coming out here to trying to pick some specific pickoffs here before an objective, before like any situation, for a black sentence. And now bringing Hylos could be very interesting to guarantee like more sustain in this possible team fight. And now we're seeing DreamMax guaranteeing Lunox for, I think, and I can say here that probably there's a high possibility to go to the goal lane maybe.
Oh, that would be very interesting to see if that's how that works out. Right now, you've got about 3 magic damage dealers coming out from Black Sentence. They don't have the option for that cheesy Hylos and Eve connection that we do see often out here. I think a great pickup here would also be Zetchian as well on the side of Black Sentence. The only problem is like you've kind of nailed yourself into a corner here. You've got 3 magic damage dealers and you still haven't picked your mid yet. So you're gonna have 4 magic damage dealers. Whoever's gonna be bringing up the rear with their physical damage needs to be able to kind of burst people down with it to make it a threat, while DreamMax will most likely go with the Radiant Armors or the Athena Shields to be able to shut down the damage immediately from Black Sentence.
Yeah, that having that 4th magic damage is gonna put a damper in them, because they're gonna probably pick up on the side that defense for that magic damage. But also to counter to Harley, Harley can't be able to get Linux with the way that she can escape, so that kind of is very helpful for the side of DreamMax. And they also have those tanky fronts as well. They're go ahead and ban Terizla to make sure they take away someone that could be tanky and do massive damage. And make sure that there's less of a choice for the side of Black Sentence for that EXP lane.
Looking for trouble?
Yeah, so after seeing like so many mages here, that we can say that this game is going to be very magical. Okay, some people in the chat are saying like, no, there's no way for this Lunox to heading for the gold lane. That is absolutely go for a Chai Key, for example. There's a possibility though here, but we have to wait. Black Sentence, the 4th ban here, or like buying this idea that could go for that this Lunox can go for the mid lane for Chai Key now. But we're seeing Kalia being the 4th choice for DreamMax. So it's a very strong roaming here, waiting for this burst damage in the combo that comes with Lunox, for example, like Tsunami Slam and the combo, or it can be with the Phantom Steam with Leomar, for example, to cause more damage and guarantee more sustain in the team fight. So everything is possible with Kalia.
I mean, we've seen a composition like this before where you use Kalea. I think it was against the Glue, where they used Kalea to go ahead and get that Tsunami Slam, even onto the Glue. And with a Linux out there, they were able to burst it down. And we're just all magic damage here. We're just saying, screw any type of physical defense. DreamMax, try and stop us here. That's going to be very interesting, especially if they can get off a lot of that. If they can get a lot of that defense early, that might negate a whole lot of the composition coming out from Black Sentence.
Yeah, this draft is looking on the side of DreamMax, having that full lineup being all magic. For sure, DreamMax can totally counter that by getting all that defense to block them out. And Zenti, I don't know what to say here. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, so but this that can make sense here, especially when it coming up for Black Sentence composition, especially because if we talk about like the items for the magic resistance in Mobile Legends, we can say about like the Radiant Armor or the Athens, for example. But besides these as 2 items, it's not very easy to find another one with a very magic resistance. Okay, because the Green Oracle can be hybrid, no magic defense for like the Ice Dominance or Brute Space or Anti-Kiras, for example. So maybe for Black Sentence idea here is like, okay, for magic damage, you know, for like not so many items for defense or magic resistance here.
Yeah, I think that's really what they're going to be looking for. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be moving on to game 2 of this best of 5 featuring Black Sentence taking on DreamMax. Surprising a lot of people. Black Sentence already up 1 game and DreamMax looking to reply in kind.
Yeah, that makes sense here, my friend Private. So, Erwin here to gain this info, trying to buy something for Black Sentence. We're only to guarantee the grasshopper here on the river. But now here in the bottom lane, Goo versus Papa Dog. This is the top side battle here, top lane. That's gonna be very interesting. It's Uranus versus Alice. We're sitting here like, okay, Uranus head top versus a Papa Dog. Both heroes with a high sustain. It's gonna be 1,000 a day warrior, but no, Goo. He's taking some trouble here. But now he's able to play under the tower so far.
Yeah, I think just Goo's just trying to be able to get those stacks that he needs to keep him with a lot of that health regen that he gets with every single stack that he has. So it's going to be kind of it's going to be one of those kind of fights up here too, as we see Aurora finding a kill onto Blink, and they're immediately going to go ahead and turn to the bottom. Goo actually might be in a little bit of trouble, has a minion on its tower, but you can see the rest of Black Sentence decide against this engagement.
Yeah, so when it comes to first blood here for a Black Sentence, Goo here still in the level number 3. Oh, here we go!
Yeah, big engagement coming out there from them. Sky able to find the turtle for the side of Black Sentence, and Papa Dog taking down Blink and able to get away with just a little bit of health. King in trouble, looking for a disengagement, is going to be able to find that as Sky finds herself an escape with the help of Erwin. 2 kills for the side of Black Sentence.
Yeah, and the truth is here that could be very worse for a DreamMax. Not only the turret, not only another carry guaranteed by Black Sentence, but also King here almost taken down. That could be another disaster for a DreamMax. But so far, after almost 3 minutes here in the second game, the goal lead heading almost for 1,000 for a Black Sentence. A very interesting early game so far. Okay, we know that is just a little bit far, but now in the goal lane here, we can have this possibility for 2v2, but in the bottom lane.
Oh, yeah, Papa Dog in a little bit of trouble here, tries to get a little bit of the stuns on, but Goo is right there to be able to take them down. 4 members now of DreamMax. There, a great tsunami slam, followed up by the damage coming from Shikitse, and that is going to tie us up at 2-2 a kill, 2-2 here at the 3-minute mark.
Aurora now can be in trouble, but the Zetian's ultimate here very like crucial for protecting the playoff of Black Sentence so far. 2-2, the goal lead here, like the goal lead is almost none for both teams. But Aurora, what are you doing there? He's a Harley.
Yeah, he is going to be able to get away. Glorious Pathway does go down as well to help secure that escape for him. As we keep moving further and further into this match, I'm going to be very curious to see where some of our tankier heroes are going with some of their builds. Are we going to be able to settle on to the Radiant Armor, the Athena Shield as well? You can see Erwin not really bothered by Goo and the damage that he can put on as they continue to circle around this turtle. Papa Dog gets some aggro on there. Erwin looking to try to get a little stun on the Goo, who might get taken down. Still has all of his stacks as a Uranus, and it does look like the rest of Black Sentence looking for a little bit of a disengagement here, not really looking for the turtle just yet.
Yeah, on the turtle here, the second one is on the page, but now immediately getting started by King. But Goo here versus the 2 players for Black Sentence. Okay, I would say like here we go, the Phantom Seam now. The turtle is going to be for a DreamMax so far, but now here they come.
They didn't even look for this engagement. Tsunami Slam comes out, and the rest of the team able to burst down Irwin, and Papa Dog is the next one on the list. 4 kills for the side of DreamMax. They're able to scoop up a Lord and 2 unanswered kills here against the Black Sentence. And this is the kind of combination I was talking about that was going to be doing very well. This is what burst down that glue that Alpha 7, I believe, used. It's the Tsunami Slam coming out from Kalea and the damage that Shikiche can do on the Linux to burst out even the tankiest hero that they're able to find. Speaking of tanky hero, you see a little bit of a flicker coming out there from Goo, and he just narrowly makes it away. Aurora finds a killing blow onto Shikiche as well. That's going to bring us to 3 and 4 game. A Tsunami Slam comes out. Irwin in trouble, and he will be next on the chopping block.
Yeah, especially when I was about like to talk about Chaiki's performance so far with the 3 kills. Now she was taken down, but immediately DreamMax here responding with the pick off on Irwin. The game here now is a very chaotic. It's even for both teams, with both composition here with a very interesting late game also, especially for DreamMax with the Chaikichi with Lunox and Zeus with the carry. But on the other side, we are seeing Papa Dog with Alice, especially Joker with Harriet. So the late game here is going to be a hell of a kraken for both teams.
Yeah, you can see right now both of the teams kind of reset onto the map right now with only 15 seconds left on this Lord. We're going to see. I'm actually very curious to see when we go to the items to see if we've built up that magic defense yet for both of these teams. I feel like it's your magic starts coming online the later and later you get, but I feel like the later and later you get, the more of an opportunity. Speaking of opportunities, Irwin gets caught in a bad place against 4 members and still able to get away. DreamMax get the jump on him, but he is so tanky, able to use that revitalize and the glorious pathway to find himself, to scoot himself out of that fight and back to base.
Yes, Irwin here is able to survive, but even though Black Sentence realize they're not able to fight back for the next turtle here, that is guaranteed by DreamMax. Plus the tower, but here they come!
Yeah, they're going to go in. They're going to find a kill onto Irwin and Aurora. Now, Sky might be next onto the list as Blue is able to find the kill there with the help from Shikiche.
Yeah, another time. Oops, Papa Dog here could be the next victim, but he is an Alice, so it's not that easy to take Alice down. But once again here, Private, it's another interesting early plus / mid game here for DreamMax, where we saw something like that in the first game. So they have to be careful. They have to take care about like not letting this game living with their hands once again. They have the items now so far. We're seeing the Oracle, we're seeing the Radiant Armor in Uranus, for example, in Kalia. Oh, but Goo here could be in trouble.
Yeah, he's alone here against the 4 members of a Black Sense. Now they're beginning to close ranks around. In comes a big pop-up landing onto them. We do find a Tsunami Slam. Glorious pathway has been laid down. Goo goes down. DreamMax might be in trouble. They're being chased down. Another kill out there as Blink goes down. Immediately, DreamMax trying to turn this around. King able to find a kill onto Sky, chasing them down underneath their tower. Might find a kill onto Aurora by himself. King turns this around for DreamMax.
This horse is on fire, Private. We're seeing once again King, like a King being the responsible for saving DreamMax's situation so far. Oh, here it come again.
Yeah, you see it. I saw a glorious pathway coming out there. Irwin gets taken out by Chaikai. The value of that percentage health damage that she is able to dish out to opponents. Now, setting their sights onto this Lord might be all that they need to be able to turn this game around for them into their favor.
Yeah, not being early here because we saw that movie happening in the first game. DreamMax is with a very strong early and mid game. Guarantee the turtles, guarantee the lords, especially the I think that the first and the second lord in the first game here. They are like heading for the same way. The question is, we are able to see this happening again with Black Sentence be able to reverse that situation. I don't know, my friend.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, it has been reversed, but I feel like there was just more on the line. You see the Radiant armor coming out for the side of DreamMax as well. No real, I feel like they aren't even getting too much magic damage. I think I saw an Oracle on both Kalea and Uranus as well. Ooh, big pop-up lands, Tsunami Slam, followed up by the big stun. Sky gets taken down, or is able to take down Blink to be able to turn that around for them. Look at the damage on the King. And he might be over. Aurora finds the deadly magic, and that is a King down while the Lord starting to push up at top.
Yeah, the Lord now heading for the top side here on the high grounds now for a Black Sentence once again. The rest of the DreamMax's players are still in the jungler for a Black Sentence to deny the farm to get this info. Chaikit now is heading back for the base. Yeah, I was seeing like Blink didn't do like, okay, he did the Oracle, but he didn't do the Radiant armor. He decided to go for the cooldown reduction, and I believe especially for the ultimate here, it's a risk that he decided to take here, my friend Private, because he was one of the players that was taking down the last team fight here. So I think now that he's heading for the Radiant armor, I see no reason for not doing that. So as we can see, the glowing one and the genius one here coming up for Zetians, Starlim side, and the crystal, magic crystal, and the heavens feather for Harriet. It's a trinity here for Harriet that can guarantee him to cause more damage for the next team fights here. So DreamMax, once again, they have to take care about that.
Oh, you see here the conceal plate come in. They're going to go ahead and latch on to Atlas. A Tsunami Slam pulls her away from underneath the tower, and the rest of DreamMax is right there to pour on the damage. Glorious Pathway as Blink looking for an escape. And just like that, DreamMax able to disappear from enemy territory. What a great job on the tower. What a great job being able to find that kill. And then the disengage, making sure everybody's on the same page.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about that, because this Lord here, okay, no fight back for Black Sentence. We are seeing like it's not the same situation for the first game here. It's something very similar, you know, like not only the high ground for Black Sentence here, they don't have the tower number 3 in the top lane. There's super minions for DreamMax. The towers, okay, they only lost the tower number 1 in the bottom lane here. They have now both late games are very strong with the Chaikit here with the Lunox and Zeus with the carry. But the question here is, Private, do you see any light at the end of the tunnel for Black Sentence to do the same thing as they did in the last game?
I mean, you've got a good amount of burst damage. There's not exactly a ton of defense that the side of DreamMax has got against your composition, and they can burst very well. Speaking of well, Tsunami Slam followed up by the stun coming out from them. Papa Dog able to find a kill onto King, while Aurora finds his own kill as well. Now trying to taste down Goo. Shikiche goes in looking for an angle as Aurora and Irwin next on the chopping block.
No
Goo
way.
might be getting chased down here. Zeus powerless to stop it. Ooh, has that speedy light wheel, and you see Sky able to flicker away to safety.
4 players down. Zeus, oh my goodness, almost taking down here with the carry. So much damage coming out from Black Sentence once again here, my friend Private. Okay, they lost the tower number 2 in the mid lane, but I don't want to buy it. I don't want to believe that the DreamMax is gonna like fall in the same situation again as they did in the first game here, because okay, I think that they I know they are really strong. You know, like Trinity a core here for a carry, plus with the golden meteor with the gold lane, while we have an infinity glaive here for a Harriet here with what, like more magical penetration. So DreamMax has to, I think that for DreamMax, they have to be more patient here, especially in this engage situation. Because, okay, Blink are like finding some very good ultimates so far, and the execution for DreamMax is very good. But the follow-up, the sequence for the team fight, Black Sentence is like doing better.
Yeah, and then that's a great point to bring up too. The Tsunami Slams go in, doesn't matter who they catch, they're going to be able to burst it down. But Black Sentence is immediately able to reply, find a kill of their own, which has really put a hankering on DreamMax and any type of forward momentum that they did have already. You can see there, Shakiche, the top of our damage for both of these teams. And now a Lord has spawned at the top lane. But we're going to go ahead and get into an engagement here. You see Joe Crew finds a kill onto Blink. Glorious Pathway has been laid down. King takes a lot of damage, does have to find himself an escape. A great job by Goo to try to be that nuisance on the back line and force Black Sentence to save you. One down for the side of DreamMax.
No roaming, no engage situation here for a DreamMax here with a one player down. Goo and Shaikichi. Look at that Shaikichi. She is in the bush here to wait someone lost, but now Goo doing the front line. Everything is possible, but Blink now is able to head back again, but Goo! Okay.
Yeah, it takes a lot of damage there. Even saw the little bit of a dash come out there from his team. Jolt Crew almost laid down the Zaman Force, but they didn't have a good angle of being able to chase down Goo, who was not able to steal that purple. I was getting very nervous for the side of Black Sentence.
Yeah, talking about nervous now, that could be the very, it's like something very, very similar about the first game here, but now once again, oh, Papa Dog used the quad blink on here. Like, okay, he brought the info for a Black Sentence in the bush in the mid lane here. Now Good doing this front line. The Lord here once again with the like 51k, but now DreamMax is started immediately, and the Lord is getting melted down by DreamMax.
Yeah, but they see Irwin come in here, so they decide to disengage off of it. Now they're going to go latch on to Papa Dog. Takes a deadly magic. That's going to be an ult down. Does have the Winter Crown as well on the backside. King in trouble. Gets taken down by Joel Crew. But at the base, they have two. And I don't think they're going to be able to finish.
Oh, my goodness, they're lost.
Yeah, Papa Dog comes in, finds himself a huge throne of ruin onto two members, but they thankfully able to get away. Irwin and Joel Crew now up at the top, looking for an angle to get in. Aurora on the side too. There's gonna go ahead, start things off while DreamMax look to be able to take down this Lord. Black Sense is not going to be able to have their mage as Sky is busy trying to defend this base against all of the minions. And this is shades of the last match as well, where you've got no high ground towers, super minions on your heels. Black Sense needs to figure something out quick, because the longer they stay, the longer they're in these fights, the more they're going to have to deal with these advanced minions coming from the side of DreamMax.
Okay, Shaikichi, they didn't look at the bush next to the Lord. No, she is really patient. She is trying to do a flank here. Oh, this is gonna be a very buzz killer for Shaikichi. But now the Lord once again heading on the pitch. As you said, my friend Private, no high ground for a Black Sentence. Super minions everywhere. And now the Lord once again is started immediately by DreamMax.
Yeah, they're pulling it out back and forth, trying to get some vision and some information on the enemy team. Where are they? What are they doing? You can see one Sky sitting at the core, has to be there to try to defend it against all of these minions. Now looking to come back very quickly, does have that flying cloud to try to drop her off to a closer position here against this Lord. And it's amazing because neither team feels like they want to take this Lord.
Yeah, but every time you see we're seeing like two players, like two DreamMax players trying to do something, especially like when it comes to a backdoor situation. As the last time we saw Carrie and Kalia, like Blink and Zeus trying to do this backdoor, but now we're seeing like Blink with King playing together. But now Good could be in trouble, but he's in Irenas, he has a lot of stand. You see that is. It's not even far. Like it's not even fair. Like Uranus playing in this, like in this situation with so much sustainability here. But now, once again, look at Blink. Blink is always trying to like do something, like trying to wait for something, for some situations, especially trying to work in the backdoor. But Black Sentence is like feeling and is sensing something. And to get worse for Black Sentence, oops. A dog. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they know that this is theirs yet. Once they realize most of the team is down at the bottom, they're gonna go ahead and try to attack this Lord. I don't think they have a good positioning on them just yet. You can see already King looking for an angle to get into this fight. Not just that, oh, they might be looking for a gank on to the bottom lane. You see them kind of hiding out back and forth, wanting to get into this fight with Sky. I think after she uses her ultimate, I think that's when they're actually going to rush in. Just kidding. They're going to go ahead and rush in right now. They do miss. Here comes a tsunami slam. Down she goes. Are they going to be able to answer it? They back off immediately. Okay, so that's crazy that they back off there. Papa Dog comes down, trying to put on the pressure. Blink here, 1v2 is gonna have that immortality. Do they have the fight up at the top? As you can see, the engagement, Aurora does find a kill onto Blink. Big pop-up lands on to two members of DreamMax, and another kill for Shikiche.
Somehow it worked for a DreamMax here to guarantee the Lord, but now with the two-player last, Black Sentence is in trouble. Aurora here could be the next victim.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and keep on into this base, looking to try to close this thing out. Salmon Force has been laid down. Joel Crew trying to get out of the way. Then three members of DreamMax going to go ahead and put that damage on to the core. That's going to be a tie game for us, ladies and gentlemen.
Another epic game here, another epic victory, but now this time goes for DreamMax, Zena.
Yes, it was looking kind of like the exact thing was happening in the last match, and they were looking like they were having trouble. I was surprised they didn't go fully and kill the tower with the two people they had at the bottom there at the end, but like you said, it came back in their favor and they were able to take that win.
Yeah, not just that, but there was a lot of pressure here. It almost feels like when it comes to this, the part of the plan is to just really get down all those high ground towers and then kind of sit back. It's been amazing to me how well that both of these teams are kind of going with some of these strategies to be able to kind of create these this dual pressure for the opposing teams, especially onto Black Sentence, who up until now has been doing a decent job of being able to answer that, to send somebody back as well. But a great game here for the side of DreamMax are going to walk away with the victory.
Yeah, so another chaotic game here between Black Sentence and DreamMax. Once again, DreamMax like dominating the pace, dominating the rhythm since the early game here, guarantee the objectives, the towers, you know, like almost the entire game heading for a DreamMax's advantage. But in some point, like we have a combination like with a Black Sentence being resilient to know the exact time to peek off, the exact time to reverse the situation, to get back in the game. Plus, we have sometimes like DreamMax with not with all the players at the same page, you know, like in the communication, in the synergy. Once again, why we're talking so much about synergy? Because as we can see here, sometimes I can sense it, and I have the impression that some players on DreamMax like are calling the shots for, okay, let's have a backdoor, and the rest of the players say, no, I think that Lord is better. Or like, okay, no, it didn't work with you, I can try with you here with a backdoor or a pickoff, for example. Sometimes it works, as we saw with a King and Blink during the kill, guaranteeing the kill with the Sky, for example. That's okay. But okay, what about the sequence? What about what happens next? You know, because they got the kill, but they didn't guarantee the Lord with this advantage. Only after we like the next team fight that we got like 2 more kills and they guaranteed the Lord, you know, it was like easier to finish the game. But I don't believe that if Black Sentence had all the 5 players at all, like the whole composition fighting for this Lord, and I don't think that this result could be the same, for example, you know. So sometimes I can feel that some players on DreamMax, some DreamMax players are trying to do something and others are trying to do other things, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it does kind of come down to it's kind of making sure that everybody is on that same page. I was actually very surprised that we turned away from the bottom push that we had from DreamMax, but in the end, able to clean things up here in game 2.
Yes, and right here, no fear, no slowdown. We have King, the deserved MVP. Even from last round being, even though they lost, he deserved that MVP as well. He's going ahead to take it here with 538 in KDA, 68.4k total damage, and 722 golds per minute.
Yeah, as they say here, once king, you never lose a crown. Once again, king, heading from the expert lane, heading back for the jungler with another astonishing performance with now Leo Mord here, guaranteed this victory for DreamMax. After the first game here with the Savage, but was not enough for DreamMax to get the win, but now he was able to secure this advantage and playing so well with the rest of the teams and guarantee 1-1 so far in this best of 5 private.
Yeah, you can see him here chasing down each member of a Black Sentence here to go ahead and find some of those victories too for him. And especially his last performance too, like we said,